Live session, Janet, sorry. I just came from school shopping, guys. This is our last weekend, so kids have to go back to school. So I'm running late, but I hope you have time to watch this video. I promise today we are coming to deal with Canada, the study permit in Canada. So I hope all of you, wherever you are today, tomorrow, you enjoy this video, and then we can deal with this issue once and for all. So before I start, I'll have to go through a few house cleaning. To be quite honest, this process is tedious. Okay, this process is tedious. So what are we going to do? Tomorrow, please come back. I'm going to have a guest who was on the other side of the screen like you, and they applied to Canada, and they are in Canada right now. They are students, and they are transitioning into the next process, which is working and staying in Canada permanently. So today we are dealing with students, those who want to go to Canada as students. We are dealing with that, as I promised. That's what we are going to do. Thank you so much. I see your names. You're welcoming, Janet. I love you so much for following, for sharing, for leaving 5-star reviews, and for supporting me in all ways possible, so we can continue with this show. Okay, so having said that, today we'll go again into the details of. Okay, so anyway, the guest is coming tomorrow. I love you back. The guest is coming tomorrow. We are coming to watch and see what they did. Secondly, this is my encouragement. This is my opinion. I would encourage all of you, or most of you, that want to come as students or as people that want to do, work permit. We've talked about working. We've talked about students. I would encourage you to form groups. Okay? If you can, form groups, whether on Facebook or WhatsApp, wherever you do, form groups. Maybe 20 is too much. Those will be my goals for the group. 20 is too much. So you can help yourselves through this process. This is no easy process, because some of you are good with computers, some of you, you're good with technology, and some of you, you're good with speed. Some of you are motivating, so you can encourage others. So let's say if you have a group of 5 to 10, let's say you're in the same campus, same school, you have the same goal. Don't go and pick a first year, okay? Maybe all of you are fourth years, or maybe all of you are working. So choose that as a study group, okay? 10 people, and have this goal and help each other. I'll teach you the websites. I'll tell you, I'll walk you through the process, but I prefer that you go together as a group. So please, that is my encouragement today. And if you want me to come to your group, I will come. If you have 20 people and you say, Janet, this is a group of 20, and this is how far we've gone, and now this is what we are needing help with, it makes sense. Okay? All right. But other than that, please tune in tomorrow. We'll have a one-to-one with someone who went to study in Canada. This one is from Kenya. And the next week, we'll have someone from Uganda. He's here in the United States. So slowly, my followers are coming back, and they are giving you testimonies. Okay? These are real people like you who listened and followed the process and felt motivated and took action. Okay? So long time, all of you, haven't seen you. So I know I'm late, but I had to go shopping, because once I come back home, I take a shower. I don't want to leave the room. This will not be a very interesting session. So this is one of those sessions where serious people that really want to do this will follow, okay? But tomorrow, I'm coming back with our guests. Okay, so I'll take you now to the website. Let's just go through the same process right now, and then you go form groups and tell yourselves, the goal of this group is to get a work permit by the end of 1, 2, 3. And by the way, with the pandemic, most schools are admitting, but they are doing virtual the first semester, and then you can go to Canada the second semester, or when they open up the country. So they haven't stopped. So admission process is still going on. So form those groups, have the same goal. So if you want to go to Canada as a student, you are not going to form a group with people that want to work. Okay, so if you are those that want express entry, one group. If you want those that, so you have one goal, please. Don't have too many goals. One goal. By the end of September 2021, we should be in Canada studying. That is goal number 1. Goal number 2, we are going to the process where Janet showed us, and this is what we are going to do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know how to print stuff. I don't know how to scan stuff. I don't know how to do this. That way. No, don't allow those groups. Someone comes with a link from North. Another one comes from, oh, I saw this agent here. Oh, I saw, by the way, green cards. Don't confuse the group. So if you form a group, one goal, and work towards that goal. Don't mix things. Okay. Having said that, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much for coming. Let's go to the PowerPoint as usual. Okay. All right. That is how you apply to be a student. Study permit in Canada. There's no that's where and what if. There's no what if. That's it. All of you need to find yourself to in canada.ca. That canada.ca. So we are going to, let's go and learn now the things Janet wants you to prepare. There's no other way, my friends. This is it. It might look boring, but this is just it. Okay. So let's get started. As you can see, this is Government of Canada. This is French. So we are going to choose the English process. Okay, so I'll go through 6 sections when you're applying as a student to Canada. This is what you will do. There is no other way. Okay, so we are going to learn about how to go about it. Okay, so we need to know what a study permit. I know, is it a work visa? This is not F1 student visa that Janet says. This is Canada. We are out of America. We are now in Canada. So it says, what is a study permit? The study permit is a document we issue that allows foreign nationals to study at designated learning institutions in Canada. Again, keyword, we are going to learn about designated institutions. Now, remember how you people always ask, Janet, I need links to a community college. I love canada.ca. It's a very comprehensive website. Everything in one place. You'll find everything you're looking for in one place. As you can go here, you can just click designated learning institutions and you can learn more about that. That is the step number 1, is to identify a school. And then on this page, you will type in the province. Let's select, for example, Ontario, or let's say British Columbia, right? Here we go. You don't even need to go guessing, like which school do I go to? Okay, so if you see here, these are the programs. You can see this one, for example, Academy of Learning College in Vancouver, Broadway. This is not. But Arcadia College, yes. That means it can give you a study permit as a foreign national. So understand, number 1 in Canada, this is not US. You are not just going to check. Even in US, you have to go to a school that gives I-20s. Here, you have to look for a school that is designated. And the good news, as I said, everything on one website. So I thought I had to point that one before we even continue. You are going to identify a school. This time you don't even have to go on Google search machine. All you need is canada.ca. My friends, listen. Okay, so we've seen the schools will be here. Have we made a stride in your groups? Now we know where to find a school. True or false? True. No more saying, Janet, I need a school. No. Canada.ca. You come on the menu, and I will encourage all of you to stay on this menu. Let's go up again. Study permits. You can see that title, study permits, about the process. And there are 6 processes. I want you to keep one by one. Always find yourself back on this page. About the process, who can apply, get the right documents, how to apply. After you apply, prepare for arrival. That is the page you are going to have. And this page, after I'm done, I'll link it on top of this video, so that we can follow this process. We are not going to, if we form groups, we are not going to go away from this website. We are sticking here. Okay? That's just it. If you see a group you're forming and they are starting to bring other things, get out of the group. Some of you are like, you need to evaluate yourself. Are you able to work with a group? Or you're good in everything, you don't need a group? Okay? And I'm talking to you now, and I know students are coming next year. Okay, on Janet Rangi. If you are in Egerton, you need to find students that are interested in going to Canada, form a group. More University, Makerere, same thing. Abuja. Okay? All right, now, we've learned what a study permit is. For you to go to Canada, they will give you that. Processing fee is a $150. Prepare $150. Okay, and then we need to know, how long does it take? That's usually a good question. How long does it take from the time you start making this application? I checked already. There's a place you can go checking. Okay, and I did my investigation. Most countries are 19 weeks. As you can see, I can come here and select. Which country do you want me to say? I selected US, it was 20 weeks. I selected Kenya, okay? So the first thing you are going to do is to choose what kind of visa. For us, we are wanting temporary residence, which is visiting, studying, working visa. We choose that. And then we choose the country. Okay, so work permit, visiting visa, study permit from outside Canada, okay? We do that. And then where are you applying from? Which country do you want? Let's start with Kenya first. I know many of you are from Kenya. Okay. Get processing time. 19 weeks. Voila, do you see? 19 weeks. So if you're serious, people count 19 weeks from now in your group and you'll be in Canada. Are we on the same page? Like, these are things for serious people. Okay, you can even see Janet is not showing the face because this is not entertainment. This is real stuff. You are going to form a group and make use of those people that love computers. You are not going to do it alone and get stuck and start writing to Janet Rangi, who has 10,000 messages per day. Okay, I love you. All right, so that's process number 1. It's called a study permit. That's what you'll get to study in Canada. And it costs about $150. And it takes 19 weeks. For my friends from Nigeria, I checked for you. About 34 weeks. You have the longest waiting time. Why? I don't know. Okay? They just kind of investigate you guys more than everyone else. You know, it is what it is. Okay? Keep that in mind. But for most people, it's 20 weeks, 19 weeks. I checked for you. When you get time, go check yourself. Study permit. Okay? Now, how long can you stay in Canada with that study permit? You stay as long as the visa. Keep it simple. Can you go back home while on a study permit? Yes. We are done with number 1. Okay? What did we learn about number 1? What is a study permit? It costs $150 and it will take you about 19 weeks. For those from Nigeria, 34 weeks. The rest, about 19 weeks, you can check for yourself. Let's move to menu number 2. Who can apply? Who can apply? Facts, guys. Again, the first thing, you'll have to be enrolled in a university. And again, you guys, you'll come and click there. It will show you all the schools, designated learning institutions. I love this because all this is in one page. You can study in Canada if you enrolled at a designated learning institution. So you go to that school, make application, prove that you have enough money to pay for tuition, living expenses for yourself and family members who come with you to Canada. Yes, you can bring your family so long as you show you're able to pay. Take care of their transportation and everything. Obey the law and you have no criminal record. Okay, they will ask for a police certificate if it's needed. They will let you know. They might have to ask for a medical exam, not always. Okay, and prove to the officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires. Keyword. Okay, keyword, guys. You have to prove to the officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires. And then you'll be like, yeah, I watched Janet Rangi video and you know what she said, that if you have a relative and family, you get points. Please don't mix express entry and the pilot program and study visit. Every visa has its own requirements. So you need to understand the difference. I've seen comments sometimes. You go down there and someone is saying, yes, Janet Rangi says this. I'm like, that is one of those people that has watched one video and they think they know, but they don't. Thank you. I love you for following. Okay? So I have to make sure I stress those things. Okay? So you have to, of course, make sure you complete school and all that. I'm not going to go to the details. The most important thing in this page here is to understand that you will have to prove to them. And I'll go into the details of what you will need to provide for them to give you that visa. Janet is not a lawyer. There is no promising here, but we are learning the process. Okay, and there are some people who do not need a study permit. Okay, and those things are just unnecessary. Okay, all right. Not a work permit, a study permit. Some people do not need a study permit. So anyway, basically what have we learned on this page? You can be eligible so long as you have admission from a designated learning institution, and you can prove to them that you'll be able to take care of yourself. Period. That's all on that page. Moving on. Number 3. Get the right documents. You can see that's the right documents. So these are the things now you need to start preparing in your groups. This one, you can see Janet is saying, don't go alone unless you believe in yourself. Because we want clean work. We don't want any stones untouched. We want to make sure when we put in our documents the first time, remember this is not going to be a face-to-face. The more documents you provide, the more systematic, the more you show that you are able to pay, and you return home and give them reasons why you'll go back home. That's it. Okay? All right. You need these documents to apply for a study permit. Proof of acceptance, we've already, of course. Let's see. Proof of acceptance, your school must send you a letter of acceptance. Include the original or electronic copy of your letter with your study permit application. That is number one. You're going to that university, you're going to that college, you are getting admission, you're having a copy and keeping that for your application for the study permit. There are details of some who do not need to, maybe they will promise but they will not admit you immediately. That is not necessary for now. Number two, you need to proof of identity. That will be valid passport or travel document. You will have to upload that copy. Okay, and I'm saying this because some people, they are not good with computers, form groups. Online, upload a copy of the information page of your passport when you apply online. If you are approved, you must send us your original passport. Okay, then number three, proof of financial support. This is where we need to spend time. I know, my people. Okay, this is where we need to spend time. You must prove that you can support yourself and family members who come with you while you are in Canada. So that means pack your things, wife and kids and husband, or wife, husband and kids. We are packing we are going to Canada for school. And when we reach there, we'll find out how to stay as students. I mean, there's a pathway. And this video is not just for those people outside America, even here. If you're in the United States and you can't see your clear pathway of getting a green card or a work permit, consider doing these things. That's why people follow Janet Rangi. Have I seen students in America transfer to Canada? Yes. Successfully? Yes. Are they Janet Rangi followers? Yes, 100%. Have they called back to say thank you, Janet? Yes. True stories, tested page. Results oriented. We don't come on this page if we have no solutions. So this is how you prove that you have funds. Proof of a Canadian bank account in your name if you're in Canada. For us, probably not. This is the one that I like. Proof of a student or education loan from a bank. So if you have a circle or you have something like that, you've been saving money and the bank trusts you, okay, and you can take a study leave from work and have the bank give you a loan and a bank statement. You see what I mean? And probably you even have enough funds from friends and family, but you need proof. When you're faxing or scanning these things, they need to see the money they're asking. Don't go assuming. That's why they will deny you, and don't go faking anything. Okay? Yes, people go to school with loans. Listen to Janet carefully. Yes? Why not? If the bank gives you 5 million, or let's say maybe 15,000 Canadian dollars or 15,000 US dollars, and you are going to pay them back, why not? That's a bank statement. It's in your name. Yes, you can use, it's here, not guesswork, right? I can read from here. Proof of a student or education loan from a bank. Your bank statements for the past 4 months, if they have good money, okay? A bank draft that can be converted in Canadian dollars. Proof you pay tuition and housing. This is another way. Let's say you go to one of the colleges or universities and you pay your first semester fee, or you paid everything, which I will not do unless the school tells me that if I don't get a visa, they will refund. Are we understanding? Don't go paying. Have I had people calling me and say, Janet, do you think if I pay for the air ticket, they will take me more seriously? Okay, has the airline told you they will return the money if you don't get a visa? So that's how we are going to think. All right? Now, you can also provide bank statements from other people, a letter from the person or the school that is giving you money. If you have a rich uncle or a rich sister and they are going to pay, they need to first of all, write a letter or provide in a bank statement. Those two go together. Don't fax or scan someone else's bank statement and there is no signature. I will make sure that that person writes a letter and there's an affidavit of support and the lawyer has signed that they are willing to pay. You fax it together with their bank statement. That way you're proving that whoever is ready to sponsor you not only has the funds, but they are willing to pay. All right? Okay. Proof of funding paid from within Canada if you have a scholarship or a Canadian funded educational program. And by the way, this page you'll also find scholarships. Now let's come down here. And by the way, this is what I'm advising you when you go in those groups. I'm assuming you are not going to do alone. Remember, you are not going to talk face to face to anyone. So the thing is, the things you scan, think like them. What are they asking? This is what they will expect to see on your documents. If you are going to school outside Quebec, okay, you the student, for 1 year in Canada, you will need to show 10,000 Canadian dollars on your bank statement, on your scholarship, or whatever means of payment that you will show them. This 10,000 is on top of what the school is asking. Are we together? Like, don't go, they denied me. Yes, you only showed them 10,000. Where is the other 10,000 that you will have to pay for school? Your bank statement should reflect these fees. Reduce your chances of denial. No one is coming to see you face to face. Most of the time, they are looking at your documents. If you bring another family member, it's an additional 4,000. Let's assume the wife is the student. You are going to have a bank statement that has the full tuition from college. The bank statement, you will add about $10,000, not about, at least minimum 10,000. Then another 4,000 if you're bringing your husband, and another 3,000 if you're bringing your kid. If you are bringing 4 kids, you need to multiply that 3,000 times 4 kids. Are we on the same page? In summary, make sure you submit documents that are convincing. That is what we call a strong application. Anytime you go below this means they are going to return. I don't work in the embassy. I just know how things work. Documentation. This is what they are asking us. We have to make sure we scan the documents that reflect this amount of money. I spent time here because I know it's important. If you are going to study in Quebec, it's a little bit more expensive, but you see it's the same information. Then there's something we call a letter of explanation. Very important. This letter helps the visa officer to understand you and your goals. It explains, number 1, why you want to study in Canada, and number 2, that you understand your responsibilities as a student. Bullet point, note, please, you should include this letter if you decide to apply for a study permit, even if you don't have to get a study permit for your program. In a nutshell, they're encouraging you to include this letter of application. Treat this section as your interview. Janet does these things and she gets them. I get them. This section here, letter of application. Okay? Write notes when you go in your groups. Remember what Janet said. Underlined, underscore. Letter of explanation will be your interview. If you don't know, go watch Janet Rangi Embassy videos on YouTube or here on Facebook. It's the same thing. Why do you want to go to America? Why do you want to go to Canada? And that Janet has explained. Give them a reason why they will understand you're going to Canada and your goal is to study and not disappear in the masses. Period. That is what they are looking for, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Okay? Letter of explanation. I highlighted this. You'll have to watch this video again in your groups and make sure whoever is typing does a good job and explain. If you have a job, for example, you are going to say, my job prefers some international education from Canada. They want me to specialize in 1, 2, 3. at the end of my studies, I need to come back to my employer because I have a job. I'm young. I want to finish my studies in Canada before I come home to get married and have children. There is a clear reason why you're stopping what you're doing and rush to Canada and go back. I hope by now you get the point. The rest of the information on this page, you will have to just work together. So the most important things on this page, number one, you will have to, and by the way, I'm just summarizing what you need to apply for a study permit in Canada. Proof of acceptance, have the school that is designated, which is on here, canada.ca. You'll find thousands of schools. Choose the one that says yes, designated. Make your application. Follow the directions of the university or college. Have them give you admission. Then they will send you an electronic version of admission. That will be the proof of acceptance, or they will send you a letter in the mail. Number two, you need to have a valid passport. We always say at least 6 months active. You want to make sure it has not expired. Proof of identity. And you will have to scan all the pages they tell you to scan. And then number three, the most important, which is spend time on proof of financial support in your groups. These are the three main things you're working on. The first thing, from Janet Rangi, you're forming the group with a goal to be in Canada by September next year. Goal number two, as a group, you are going to look at the course you're doing and which college will give you the best options and how much. And do you know people in those cities? Like, consider many factors. Those are the things you're discussing in your little groups. After you get that, you're working on your passport. I'm hoping, we've always said all Janet Rangi followers have passports anyway. That is given. If you are new here, welcome. But that is a requirement. People on this page have passports. And then we are going to work on bank statements. We probably have been saving this money, or we are working, or we'll borrow a loan, or we look for a rich uncle who is going to be a sponsor. Bottom line, you need to tell Canada how you'll pay. But what if, but what if there's no buts, when and what? No. Things are clear here, black and white. Number four, how to apply. Okay? All right, let me see if there's something important when it comes to how to apply. Now you get the documents ready. Remember, we've just talked about your acceptance letter, your valid passports, and proof you can support yourself. You want to have electronic versions to put them on the computer, because when you start applying, when they say upload, you're ready. Upload your passport, you're ready. Upload your bank statement, you're ready. Upload your police report, you're ready. If you don't have a printer, that's why you're in the same group. If you don't know how to do these things, follow your friends. And by the way, Janet Rangi always says there's space for everyone. The world is so big. It doesn't mean that if you tell people, now Canada will slash you out. There is space for everyone. Go invite even your 50 friends. Yes, maybe 20 or 25 will succeed. Or maybe all of you will succeed. It doesn't matter. There is space for everyone. Well, if you want to do these things privately, good for you. Me, I'm just saying you should know your weaknesses and your strengths, and use other people to complement where you're weak. Now you have your documents ready. How to apply? Okay, now they will encourage you to apply online. So there are two ways. Let's keep that in mind. They are not stopping you from paper applications. But let's go through why it's good to apply online, and it looks like that is the recommended. There will be no courier fees or mail delivery time. So you are not wasting time. As soon as you go on the computer, the 5 of you, you submit, okay, they have your application. You are not going to go to the post office and paying fees and DHS or wherever, FedEx. No need. Your applications may be processed more quickly. Canada.ca is saying this. It's not Janet saying this. It's Canada.ca saying this. It helps you make sure your application is complete before you submit it, because you will see a summary of what you have done. And you can submit documents online if they ask you to do so. and you get updates on the status of your application directly in your online account. That means all of you are coming to sign up on this canada.ca, have your account, keep your username. Anytime you log in, you will see updates. So you are not going to guess and wondering. You can see if they are working on your application. Okay, now here get the instructions. This is the page you will apply. Don't worry, I will link on this page. This will be the link. When you open, you will see this whole menu that I'm presenting to you. Where are you applying from? You will choose if you're outside Canada, inside Canada, or at the port of entry. By the way, sometimes people apply for student visa at the port of entry. Who knew? So this will be the process, basically. If you want to see how it will be, I don't need to go into the details. Outside Canada, they will ask you, how do you want to apply? Right down here. How do you want to apply? Online, you can see it's recommended. I can highlight for you. It's recommended. Online is recommended, guys. How do you want to apply? Online is recommended. You can do paper, no problem. Okay, but online is the one recommended, and you're applying outside Canada. And these are the advantages. Okay, advantages of doing online. I just went through those. Okay, now after you've chosen that, then this will be the page where you come and apply. And they will tell you all the things you will need, like everything in one place. I like this. You know, might need medical reports, police certificates, language testing. If they need, they will let you know, guys. Just make this page your friend. Okay, then here is create your account. And you can see this is how it will look. I won't go into the details. But you can sign in. So you choose this first option, sign in with GC key. Okay? Or sign in this, and then you register. Once you have the account, keep your password nicely. Keep your password so you can come back anytime. I'm talking to people who will be in Canada next year. Thank you so much for coming. This is tough stuff. This is just not for everyone. Some people want to work, but these are the students. These are university students, 4th years. These are people who graduated 5 years and they gave up on their education. They've decided to go back. Everyone is included. Those who are working and they are not happy with themselves, they just want to go to Canada. I always believe going as a student just gives you a better option. You know? So some people want to go through, work. Me, I will take this option of school. I'm just saying, Janet Rangi is always giving you, if I were me, this is what I will do. This is what, so long as I have some education, this is the pathway I will take. Now, we know how to apply. We are going to create an account. After you apply now, okay, you've created an account, you've given them the letters, the passport and everything, okay? You need to give your fingerprints and biometrics. And this one varies from country to country. And by the way, this place here, you can type in your country and they will give you a whole package for your embassy. What you need, the package you need to prepare. All right? So, number one, you need to give your fingerprints and biometrics, and they will guide you on how to. Don't worry about that. And then we process your study application. So this study permit application, they'll start working on it once you submit. We'll check your application to make sure you have all the necessary documents. If it's complete, we may return to your application without processing it. If it's incomplete, we may return your application without processing. So you want to make sure you give them a complete application. We may also ask you to go to an interview with our officials in your country or send us more information. Most of the time, they'll ask you to send more information. All right, and you may also need to get a medical exam if required, or a police certificate if required. If I were you, I'll start looking for a police certificate and just put it in my pocket. For me, I don't like leaving any stones untouched. Once I'm done, like when I came to the United States, but you went to those countries that speak English, you don't even need TOEFL. Janet went and just did TOEFL and put in the pocket. Like, I don't like arguing with people. I just have my things ready. When they say, give this, I give, I'm done. Move on. Have you ever met people that like arguing everything? No need. Make it easy for yourself. Okay? All right. If we approve your application, this is what will happen. If we approve your application, and tomorrow we'll have a guest who will make it so real. All right? We will send a letter of introduction. This letter is not your study permit. You need to show it to an officer when you arrive in Canada. We'll also send you an electronic travel authorization, okay, or a visitor visa for temporary resident visa to enter Canada. All right, okay, so now you know. Once they approve, this is what will happen. If you are from a country where you need an ETA, the letter of introduction will include information about that. If you are from a country where you need a visiting visa, that's unnecessary. Now here, these are the bad news, but I just have to read them. If we refuse your application, I like this section. And this is where people never pay attention. They start crying tears instead of just doing the things they were told. Let's pay some attention here, because this is where the tears come from when people are calling Janet Rangi. If we refuse your application, we'll send you a letter explaining why. This is why I like Canada. And that means you can just go and work on that thing. For example, you did not submit enough money. It's clear that you need to send bank statements that clearly show how much the school is asking, and yourself, how much it will cost to take care of you, not your guesswork numbers, not your approximate numbers, but the numbers that have been suggested by Canada.ca. And then now they deny you a visa and you go crying to the whole family. Instead of finding a bank statement that will fix that problem and reapply again and get a visa, think like that, my friends. Things are not just impossible. Start changing that mindset and putting yourself in a good place where you're always thinking possible. Having that strong desire to succeed and saying it's possible. Staying close to people that have a positive mind. Don't enclose yourself with people that are defeated in life. To them, everything is impossible and darkness. You want to stay around light. It will happen. It's possible. That's what you do. You're educated. You went to a good college. Even if your score is low, a bank statement, you are not giving anyone money. Even if you don't believe in your grades. Like if you didn't have very good grades, look for a smaller school. Don't go to big schools. Look for cheaper schools, okay? Look for cheaper schools if you think you're... Not cheaper, sorry. Of course, we need to look for cheaper schools so we can afford. But look for maybe a community college that will take your lower scores. Get in Canada, right? If you need to pass your medical exam, maybe they will tell you didn't pass. Convince the officer that your main purpose... Okay. Yes. Again, pay attention to this paragraph that I highlighted. Convince the visa officer that your main purpose in Canada is to study, or convince the visa officer that you will leave Canada at the end of your study period. If you have questions about why you are refused, contact the visa office that sent you the refusal letter. Let me stress this one. Again, when you remember, I told you when you are writing that letter, in these countries, at least I can tell you in the United States, documentation. Even when I'm doing my job, I always assume someone will come after me. Whatever they read is what will guide them to take the next step. Always think like that. Whatever you tell them, give them, as I said, you're young and you want to be done by studying by age 26. And you've been told that this job at the hospital or this job at the bank prefers foreign education from Canada or USA. So you are preferring to study in Canada so that at the end of 4 years, remember, what is Janet saying? At the end of my study permit, I will go and have a job in that bank and get married to my fiancé in Kenya, in Nigeria, in Qatar. And then some people think it's magic. Now what will I tell them? I just told you. But they will not believe me. How do you know? Documentation. Assume there will be an auditor coming to check. Did this one clearly state they will go back home after studying? They will turn the pages. She submitted a letter of explanation. Good. Done. These countries where there's accountability, they are not here to catch you. But they like when rules and the law. If they ask you for documents, they are not there to trick you. They are trying to have you explain the requirements. If I was to just borrow some information from the United States, remember I've always told you, it's up to you to prove that you'll actually go back. And that is their law. You have to prove that you have compelling ties that will bring you to America to study and go back home. In Canada, apparently, take your time, and that letter of explanation, use examples that are making you show them that you are just going to Canada within those 3 or 4 years or 2 years, however long the program is, and state what is waiting for you when you go back home. That is how I will do it. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but that is how I'll do it. That is how I came to America. I showed why I'll go back to my job. So I can only share with what I did and what I'm reading. So there is no other magic, my friends. That is the most important page right there. And then we are done with the last one. Then you prepare for arrival. This one I have to spend some time there. Arriving in Canada, you have to present your documents. Never put them in the luggage, guys. You will need to have your passport and those letters with you. Don't pack them in your suitcase and then they throw them in the back. You want to have them with you. You want to keep them secure. You don't want anything to get lost on the way. Okay? Have your funds ready and your bank statements. So when that person at the page or port of entry asks you, you give. Where's your passport? Where's your letter from the university? Where's your bank statement? Okay? So where's your work permit? You have them in your hands. Arriving in Canada, when you arrive in Canada, you will meet Border Services officer. The officer will ask to see your passport or travel documents, ask you a few questions, and make sure you meet the requirements to enter Canada. You may have proof that you will leave Canada at the end of your stay. So, and people say, how? It's what you tell them. You've heard Janet saying this a million times when I'm doing American videos. Someone goes to the embassy at home and says they are going to study. As soon as they reach the border, I was trying to see if I can get a green card. They will turn you back home. They don't turn back home things that they will never turn you home if you've never done any criminal background. You did everything right, Canada.ca. The school send you a letter. They approved your visa, my friend, you're coming in. And you're keeping the same story. Why are you panicking? There's no panicking. You've done everything right. I had to spend time here because I've seen and I've heard people returned at the port of entry when they didn't have to. Maybe in your head, you're busy thinking how you'll go and stay in America permanently. And you thought just because you got a visa now, I'll just spend my time in the plane and forget. The same information you give on Canada.ca is the same information you are going to give at the port of entry. Your goal is to go and study for wherever years they gave you and go back home. And those are the things that are coming out of your mouth, my friends. Okay? And you will go in. Zoom. There is no other place. If you need proof you entered Canada, your school or training facility may need to prove to you wherever. It's the same information I just told you. Okay? All right. So, in summary, these are the things they want when you're arriving at the gate in the airport. A valid passport, the letter of introduction, which they gave you, of course, when you applied for the visa. The letter of introduction, the visa office sent you when you approved your study permit. This letter has your permit reference number, which we use to issue your study permit. So that means you're coming and you show them, and right there, they give you a study permit at the port of entry. A copy of a letter of acceptance from your school. Prove that you have enough money to support yourself during your stay in Canada. So keep those copies of bank statements, keep those copies of your sponsor and their letters, affidavit of support that was signed by the lawyer. You have a nice folder, clean. Go through this, print this in your groups so that when you're traveling, we want everything seamless. We want the process to be seamless with no accidents, with no misfortunes. We want only light. So that when we reach here, we have everything. So those are the only things, okay? Keep your documents with you. Carry this. I told you, Carry these items and all other valuable papers, cash, travelers' checks with you at all times. Do not put them in your checked luggage. You may not be allowed into Canada if any of your documents are missing or any of your information or application or letters of reference are incorrect. You go in there, you pack in the suitcase, the planes are not on time, they send your luggage to Germany. How are you going to Canada? Yes, you will get that luggage maybe in 2 weeks once it's brought back. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's why you follow Janet. Small little accidents like those, stay with them in your backpack, right here with you. Have your backpack sealed nicely. If it means carrying in front like a baby, do what you have to do, my friends. What can you do? Well, that's what I do. I'd rather lose money than I can get that, but not my documents. Okay? All right. So by the way, we'll go into the details next time, and we'll ask our guests, about things like working on campus, working off campus, how you can actually support yourself. Okay? So if you listen to Janet Rangi, you just know how to go to Canada right now. You just know how to go to Canada. Canada.ca, I will post this link on top of the page about the process, who can apply, get the right documents. Guys, make sure this is your menu that you will be going through over and over and over again. Wherever happens, these are the main things you need to focus. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you arrive. Okay? Those are the things you are going to pay attention. And by the way, in here you'll also find, in fact I printed one, like if you go in there you'll find a document. For example, this one tells you the things you need in Nairobi. Am I lying? If you are going to the embassy in Nairobi, right there, I found it, Canada.ca. In your groups, those are the things you're discussing. You have one goal: study permit, Nairobi visa office instructions. And this can be used by the following countries: Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, and South Sudan. Right there. Application for study permit checklist. In your groups again. In your groups, this is what you're doing. You are not allowing people that are coming to post things for the agent they just found, or posting things how lawyers eat chicken. Kick them out. We don't have time for that. That you can go outside the group. In the group, we have one goal. By the end of 2021, we are in Canada. Okay? So, okay, guys. That's it. This is Janet Rangi. Remember to keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. The desire will push you over the edge. The desire will make you the best. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up. You know why? Because you're the best. And I know we are going back to the provinces. I'm coming to continue with the work permits, which I know most of you are interested. I can tell from my metrics, I know. I go in the back office and I check all the metrics and what people want. I'll still come back, okay? But I thought I had to deal with student visa. In my opinion, if I were you, I'm young, I'm graduating, I don't have a job, or I can't see any prospects, or I want to change my family's life, I will start this process. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for coming. All right. I like that. Some people are already forming groups. I like when you listen to instructions. Remember what Janet said. And if you invite me in that group, I will talk to the admin and I will see the goals of the group. Make them succinct. Keep one goal. Because there are many groups. Yeah, I can go and join so many groups. I say this because I've seen green card groups. They are very effective. They are all talking about the green card. They've won and they know they are coming to America. They're asking, oh, did they want the education certificate? The office is open from 9 on. You go to this office, that's where you get your medical. And on this day, this is how they are processing people that are number so and so. So when you form a group, in this group, let me just make you the goal. It's that simple. The members of this group need to understand that by the end of 2021, September 2021, we will have gotten a study work permit or a study permit in a university or college in Canada, period. So that means wherever you're discussing in that group is canada.ca, and things that have to do with to make that application. Oh, you know, this is where I did my printing. They have a very nice office there. That's where we can go and scan all of us. It costs cheaper here. It's more expensive here. I found that college in Ontario. I prefer that one. That one in New Brunswick was more expensive. Oh, we have relatives there. Same goal. Oh, by the way, I'm done with my passport today. I got my passport. Yay! Oh, I went and now I found a school and now they're asking me for 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, I went to the co-op today. I applied for a bank statement. I want them to approve me for a loan. I usually work here and I'm going to give them ask for a study program for 2 years. Those are the things you're studying. Please do not allow things from outside. And you update me. If you update me and you say, Janet, you have a group, 50 is too much. Even 20 is a lot. Okay? But do what you have to do. Once you have that goal and you're stuck, that's why you, Janet, I have 20 people. And we can even do, right now in WhatsApp, I can call up to 50 people. Video. Messenger, we can do video. What don't you understand? This is where we are stuck. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what happens in 1 year in that group. And when they send you a denial, you come back to the group and you process why. Why? You go through all the objectives. Did you meet objective A, B, C, D? Was it financial? Was it medical? Was it, you know? Of course, medical, you need to be private. They are not saying they are going to deny people that have A, B, C, D. Okay? Things that can be public and you feel free to share with people so you can help each other. That will be my encouragement for this video. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We are having a guest from Canada. He's a student. He will tell us about students, work permit, and he will tell us about work permits, and he will tell us about express entry. He will tell us about pilot programs because he's lived it, he has done it, and he has tested it. Thank you so much. Continue forming that groups. I will see you tomorrow. Okay? All right. I see all of you are communicating in the groups. I love comments. Facebook loves comments. Go down here if you are new on this page. That's all we do. We help each other. Okay? All right, guys. Can't wait to see you. Adios. Have a good one. Bye bye.